Love it or hate it, there's a lot of people playing Starfield right now. According to Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, Starfield has exceeded 1 million concurrent players on launch day across Xbox Series S, X, Steam, and the Microsoft Store. Steam alone saw just over 250,000 players on launch day on the 6th, and of the 22,100 reviews it's got at the time of filming, it's got 83% very positive reviews. And considering how many people are bashing it online, 83% positive is, pretty good. Bear in mind though that Skyrim hit 287,000 and Fallout 4 hit almost double at 472,000 on Steam. But hitting 1 million concurrent players across the board on all platforms is a massive success. That's like excellent news, right? Especially because this has been like a huge Game Pass push. And that leads me on to I wonder how many people are playing it via Games Pass versus purchasing it or, playing it on Steam and purchasing it that way. Because obviously on PC, you can either buy it on Steam, buy it on the Xbox app or Microsoft Store, or play it through Game Pass on the store. And that's basically the same as Xbox, where you can buy the game itself, so you can just buy it outright, or you can, download it for free, essentially, on Game Pass. So I really wonder how many people are playing on Game Pass, and if that's a number that Microsoft and Bethesda are wanting to see. I've no idea, but I definitely expect more people to be playing it on Game Pass than not. I know I certainly am. And I'm super keen to see what these numbers hit over the weekend, because obviously it launched on the 6th, which isn't a weekend, right? It launched right in the middle of the week on Wednesday, so the weekend's really, really soon, and I imagine those numbers are probably going to grow even more because so many people work during the week and have commitments and stuff, right? So the weekend's going to be their time to actually play, so I'd love to see, if those numbers go higher or if it actually falls below that kind of million point. But whether or not we'll actually know, I've no idea. Do you reckon Phil Spencer would actually announce oh yeah, this weekend we had 800,000 players now? No, I don't think they would actually state that. So unless it gets bigger by a considerable amount, I imagine we probably won't find out. Now, I'll share my initial thoughts in a second, but AJ and I will be doing a Starfield podcast talking about the game, our thoughts about it and stuff very, very soon. So head over to 128KB podcast channel to check that out. But I think it's going to be interesting because, well, AJ is a PlayStation player. I pretty much convinced him to buy an Xbox. So he's been playing Starfield on Series S. I've been playing it on Series X, and Christina's actually been playing it on PC, so I've got some thoughts about that as well. So she's been playing it on my laptop, which has an RTX 3070 on it, and of course it goes above 30 FPS. So if you want to see that, head over to 128KB podcast and check that out. Okay, so my initial impressions, I got up at 7 a.m. because it launched here at 1 a.m. in the morning here in the UK, and I was asleep. So 7 a.m. I woke up and I started playing it. And it's exactly what I imagined it to be. This is a Bethesda game. So, if you've never played any Bethesda game before, so any of the Elder Scrolls games, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, any of the Fallout games that Bethesda have made, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, that kind of thing. If you've never played those, I can kind of understand why some people might not like it, or some people might have perceived this game to be something else. However, being a veteran in Bethesda games and somebody who actually really enjoys them, this is exactly what I expected. It is like you've taken Elder Scrolls or Fallout and then had a baby with Mass Effect. It really is. And, that's it. It's Fallout and Skyrim in space. That's enough for any die-hard fan of Skyrim or Fallout to go and buy that. I absolutely recommend, if you are a fan of any of those games, just get it. Just do it. Just do it. I really, really enjoy it. It starts out like a typical Bethesda game, and I'm not going to spoil anything here, but just my initial thoughts and reactions, I loved it. I really did. And I'm only probably, I want to say 9 hours in maybe now, something like that. 9 hours, I reckon. And it's only just starting to get going. So some of the reviews online have been people saying it takes 10 hours to get into. It's yeah, fair enough. I would say The other games do as well, you know, like they're quite slow starting because they are massive games, right? I found that with Skyrim. I found that with Fallout. I found like it takes you quite a few hours, like a solid day, to really like get into the swing of the game, but it all makes sense. It really does. The only thing I've noticed on Series X is the minor performance dips in the main city. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, it is a locked 30 FPS. And I've said this before and people are like, it's a locked 30 FPS. Well, yeah, like they've stated it's a 30 FPS game. Would I like to see 60? Absolutely. I'm not a heathen, right? But it is a stable 30 FPS. Unless you were like me and spent probably about 5 hours in the main city just talking to everybody and doing every quest in that city, you notice the sort of like frame dips because they are quite dramatic, you know, like you're super smooth 30 and then all of a sudden it really chugs for like a second and you're like, oh, that was a bit jarring. So it really depends what you're doing. But when you're out and about, whether you're in space or, you know, running around doing some missions and shooting people and stuff, then it is a locked 30. And honestly, I think it's fine. You know, I'm playing on a 4K OLED TV and it looks beautiful. The graphics are stunning. This is the best effort that Bethesda has ever put out. Like, they really have. It looks brilliant. It plays lovely, other than those dips in the city. But seriously, all I can say right now is if you're a fan of Bethesda games, just buy it. Or if you're like me and you're a sci-fi nut, I reckon you'll like it. This is not a space simulator. This is not No Man's Sky. This is not Eve, anything like that, if you know what I'm talking about. You don't have to go and fly around space for like a million years. It is a Bethesda game. Yes, there's loading screens. Did it bother me? Not really. Like, if anything, I feel like it keeps you in the game, like having fun, rather than getting bored, like traveling to places. And you don't need to use the menu to like light jump, you know? You don't have to. As long as you've got your target set, press LB on your controller and you will then go and fast travel to it, essentially. You know, you'll warp light speed to it. You don't have to go into your map. You can go into your map, but you don't have to. And that's it. That's all I'm saying, because I could be here all day talking about Starfield. I actually want to be here all day playing Starfield, but you know, maybe I'll get some more time soon. But anyway, let me know in the comments if you've been playing Starfield and how you've been playing it. We want to know, are you playing on Game Pass? Did you buy it? Did you buy it digitally? Did you buy it physically? Are you playing it on PC? Are you playing it via, you know, the Microsoft Store, Game Pass, or Steam? We want to know how you're playing it, so let us know down in the comments. And of course, if you want to see more Xbox stuff on this channel, well then, go down there, subscribe, like this video, and of course, go check out our podcast up here of me and AJ, where we talk about all things gaming, and very soon, a whole episode about Starfield, and check out another video from us here. Sweet. Bye.